Hello, I'm back again, and I had to put my glasses back on. It was kind of getting annoying. Okay, so I'm sorry, I gotta stretch. So I don't really know what some of you are thinking right now. I know I've overloaded you on a lot of information, and some of it might be over your head, but that's why I'm making a video of it so you can pause, you can rewind, you can fast forward to any point during the video that you need to go to, and everything will be fine. You can take it in a little bit at a time and digest it however you need to. Whatever works for you, that's good. I hope you're keeping up. And I know you're thinking right now, well, how can somebody be a Christian and love Avenged Sevenfold, love Korn and Slipknot, and bands like that, and how do you not get influenced by that? I do get influenced, but I take everything with a grain of salt. I listen to what these guys have to say, and I understand where they're coming from. I might not agree with everything they say, but it's their freedom of speech. It's their expression in art form, regardless of the message. You can't deny that they're awesome artists. I'm scared shitless of Rob Zombie. I really, honestly, I don't want to meet that guy just because I'm afraid of him. But he's got some pretty good stuff. I mean, that song Dracula, I mean, he freaking rocks it, like, but I don't agree with a whole lot of his messages, but I mean, he's still really talented. God's given him a lot of, good stuff. And it really doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter if you're a Satanist, Wiccan, Christian, atheist, agnostic, Buddhist, Hindu, however you say it, Muslim, um, whatever else. There's all kinds of religions out there. Taoist. It doesn't really matter. If you are talented and you have a gift, however you need to get it out, you get it out. If you've got talent and you feel good about what you're doing and it's music, I'm not going to judge you for the message, more or less. I'm going to judge you for your timing, your stage presence, your interaction with your fans. I will critique the lyrics from a professional standpoint, just because I've been a songwriter for a pretty good while now, and I am a published poet. So yeah, naturally, I'm going to take a look at your lyrics and see what I think about them. But I'm going to give you my feedback, my opinion on them, and I'm pretty open as far as what I understand, just because maybe I haven't really gone through it. I can understand quite a bit of stuff. Just give me your best shot. Get some pretty weird, lyrics there. I gotta give Weird Al Yankovic some credit. Oh my God, that guy is such a riot. He takes songs and turns them into the funniest, most corny stuff. But he is so good at what he does. He is really, really good at what he does. Even Lady Gaga, I mean, there's a couple of songs I'm not really crazy about, I will admit. It's just not my thing. They're good, she's talented, she's pretty, you know. I like Poker Face. Not a big fan of Alejandro, but she did what she needed to do to get it out. She wanted it out, and she had to get it out. And I have to admire that because, you know, that's just what she does. And she wants to sing about Alejandro. It doesn't matter if I give a fuck who Alejandro is. It's a good song if you like that kind of stuff. It's a good song. It's just not one that I'm, you know, crazy about. Sorry, but, you know, respectively, I mean, I respect music. I love music. It doesn't matter if I agree with everything or if I'm a really huge fan, but I respect the music because you're doing what you love, you're being real about it, you're getting it out, you're not holding back, you're not being shy, you're not closing yourself off from the world. You're doing exactly what God intended you to do. And it was to sing, to get that message out, and to let your voice be heard. You're doing exactly what God intended you to do. And guess what? He hears you too. Even if you don't believe in him, he believes in you. He does. Really. Oh yeah, he does. So yeah. Try that on for a second. Fun thought. Now as far as gangs, I know a lot of people in gangs. I don't agree with gangs. They don't really get you anywhere. But I'm not going to judge someone if they are in a gang because the gang does not make you. You own who you are, regardless of what group or sect or denomination or whatever you are in. You are yourself. And if I see you and I talk to you, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to judge you if you're in a gang. You can be in the Blood Crip, you know, Latin Kings, you could be in Vice Lords, you could be in, you know, the Spanish Mafia, the Mexican Mafia, the Italian Mafia, you could be, God knows how many gangs there are. But if I see you, just know that I am a loving white girl. I'm not going to hate, alright? I'm not going to hate. Just don't get me caught in the middle of a crossfire. It'll be good. So you don't have any reason to shoot me. And I don't want to be there, really. I'm perfectly committed to staying out of it. I'm not really big on drama. I mean, yeah, drama finds me sometimes, sure, yeah, you know, I'm human. There are people that are hard to get along with. You just have to battle it out. You have to stay in control of yourself, and you can't control anybody else. You can't make anybody else do anything or feel a certain way. I have to be in control of me. I have to choose for myself how I want to handle a situation. That's all I can handle. I can only deal with me. That's all. I can't do that for anyone else. I know who I am, and I know that even though I have bad moments, yes, I do have feelings. I do cry sometimes. I'm having a really hard time. It takes a lot for me to cry, but I do it sometimes. And it's needed. It's a way of me healing, getting it off my chest. I cry. But things that people do say, it does hurt. It hurts. And I can only be as strong as I can for so long, and things get to me sometimes. I forget who's in control. Things happen, and I get panicky, and I do feel human emotions on a daily. I'm human. And I just have to accept life on life's terms. I have to take it one day at a time. I can't rush things. I can't get ahead of God. And I try to be as empathetic and as compassionate with people as I can. I've gone through a lot of things. I went through 4.5 years off and on of homelessness. And so when I see other people that are homeless, I know where they're going, where they're coming from. I understand that. I've been there. I was in Hurricane Katrina. I was in the tornado and the 6 tornadoes and the flood that hit Nashville back in 2010. So yeah, I've been through a lot. I was abused as a child. I was in foster care for 5 years. I was adopted at 11. I had an adopted grandfather, and 2 uncles and a grandmother, a great grandmother, die within probably about a 3-year period. And that was hard for me because granddaddy died first, and about 2 or 3 years later, Uncle LG passed, and then Uncle James, and then Mama Bishop passed away, and it was really hard for me. It was hard for the entire family. We have a large family, and anytime it's their birthday or the day, Memorial Day for their death, it gets really tense around the house, and it's not a place you really want to be. But that's when they need you the most, and they won't admit it, but they need you the most right then because they're going to need somebody there. And it gets hard for me because last year my uncle passed away, and I didn't get to say goodbye. I got to send the message that I loved him. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to be there. And I wasn't able to cry. I don't know why. I knew I was supposed to cry. I felt bad. I felt torn up inside, but I just couldn't get it out. Couldn't allow myself to cry because I guess maybe because I knew that it wasn't going to do any good. And I had other things that I had to take care of that emotionally I just couldn't deal with that all at once right then. I had to let it out when it was easy for me to be able to heal and let it out. If I let it out right when I got the news, if it had hit me like that, if I had allowed myself to feel all of that, I would have gone nuts. There's just no way that I would have been able to deal with that all at once. I would have been gone. He meant so much to me, just to have him in my life for that long. It meant a lot to me. And I'm going to say this. Avenged Sevenfold's song, Victim. First time I heard that song, first person I thought of was my uncle Albert Chancellor. And if you never heard Victim, you need to go hear it. Regardless of what you think about him, you need to go hear Victim. Because that song is, that in a nutshell, I couldn't help but break down crying. That song It helped me cry. It helped me